Hey guys, it's Patrick and welcome back to my channel. Now this is not a cooking or baking video, this is actually a story time video. Now story times are probably my favorite videos to watch ever on YouTube. I just find them so entertaining and I have a really good one for you. So I will be telling you the story of the time I was on Cupcake Wars. So for those of you who don't know what Cupcake Wars is, it is a reality cooking competition where 4 of the best bakers from across the country come and compete to win $10,000. Now, a lot of people don't realize how you actually get on one of these reality cooking shows, and it is quite the process. And basically, it's a series of home video, Skype interviews with the producers. So it's pretty much just a chance for the producers to see your personality, your day-to-day life, what you enjoy doing, and your baking style. And from this process, the producers can decide whether you're right for the show or not. So a person that actually competed on Cake Wars DM'd me on Instagram and said, "Hey, I know you love to bake cupcakes. Would you be interested in this show?" And I'm like, thank you. And then she gave me the email for the casting producer and it just went on from there. So I think I ended the casting process around like late December and I didn't hear back from the producers late January. Those were the longest weeks of my life. I thought they might have forgotten about me. Maybe they just weren't gonna call me back. It was terrifying. But then I eventually got the call that I was gonna be competing on Cupcake Wars. So I just got the news that I was gonna be competing on Cupcake Wars, but a little thing is you cannot tell anyone. I have the biggest secret in the world, the biggest moment of my life, and I cannot tell any of my friends. I think I told some of my family, but that's it. It was seriously so top secret. So then I flew out last February to Los Angeles and started filming. That was honestly one of the best weeks of my life. We got to stay in a motel in Pasadena and I met Melody. She also competed on the show and it was just so much fun. So on the first day, I flew into Los Angeles and then a show, they're called Wranglers. They pretty much just drive you to and from the set and from the hotel to the set. They dropped us off at our hotel. And then so we kind of hung out at the hotel for a little bit. We ate sushi seriously 10,000 times a day while we were there because that was really all that was around us and I love sushi, so it was like a win-win. So the producers on the show pretty much just guided us around our little baking station and pretty much just showed us the ropes on how to use the mixer, how to use the oven, just gave us the deets. After that, we went back to the hotel and then day 2 came around and that is competition day. Now, a really big surprise to me was that this episode was kids versus adults. When I was cast, when I was flown out to California, when I got there, I was told that I was gonna be on Cupcake Wars Kids. The day of the first round, they tell me that it's kids versus adults. So the theme for my episode was DC Superhero Girls. It's actually a really cool brand. It is empowering little girls to realize that they can use their superpowers. Now Cupcake Wars has 3 rounds. The first round, it's all about using a secret ingredient. So I chose cayenne pepper and cinnamon and I made a Mexican hot chocolate cupcake, and if I have an image I'll insert it in right here. I found this round to be pretty stressful. You're baking in a kitchen that you've never been to before. I was given a kind of a tour the day before, but you're pretty much just thrown into a situation you've never been in before. You're baking for your life, literally, and you only have like 45 minutes to make amazing cupcakes. That's hard. For those of you who don't know, cupcakes take about like 5 minutes to mix, 20 minutes to bake, and then they take like 20 minutes to cool. So it's seriously just the right amount of time and you cannot make any mistakes, and I made actually quite a few, but I survived. So I baked my cupcakes, I got them on the plate, and then it came to judging. This was seriously so terrifying for me. Like, I've watched these judges on TV for like my whole childhood, so I'm just like standing in front of them, and I just feel so vulnerable, I guess. Also, they have the studio lights shining on you, so it's like 1,000 degrees in there. So the judges actually ended up really liking my round 1 cupcake. Oh, and if you actually want to watch this episode, I'll leave a link in the description box below. You should definitely go watch it. So the judges liked it. I moved on to round 2, yes. And what actually a lot of people don't realize is because I'm a kid, there's actually a lot of laws about me working, because technically I was working, and I actually had to attend school while I was doing all this. They actually did have a studio teacher, and then my teachers from real school assigned me work to do while I was there. So round 2 came along, and we had to bake 3 cupcakes inspired by 3 DC superhero girls. This was by far the most stressful round in my opinion. I mean, you're baking 3 recipes in an hour and 15 minutes, I believe. Super crammed, super stressful. Ugh. And this is the round where I made the most mistakes in. I normally always crack my egg into a separate container. I always do that. But for some dumb reason, stupid Patrick decides to crack an egg right over the mixer, and guess what happens? It falls in, and I have to redo the whole batter. So that definitely did set me back a ton. And I also made a mistake. I completely forgot to make the caramel until like the last 15 minutes, where I was already doing like a million things. So that on top of that, on top of that, on top of that, was just so stressful. So after round 2, I got my cupcakes on the plate. It was definitely not what I wanted them to be at all. And a lot of people don't realize the time limits on these shows are 100% real. What you see on TV is what it is in real life. I thought it'd be like an hour and 15 minutes. Start. You actually have 3 hours. Nope, it's an hour and 15 minutes. So after round 2, I thought that I was for sure going home, like for sure, just because I made so many mistakes during that baking time. But somehow I made it to round 3. This is what Cupcake Wars is about. Round 3, baking 1,000 cupcakes and a amazing display. So in this round, you have to take the 4 flavors that you did across the whole day and bake 1,000 cupcakes. To be completely honest, by round 3, I was like feeling really confident in my baking, so it actually was not that stressful or bad at all. I was just in the groove and getting cupcakes baked in the oven, frosted, boom. Now the judges actually really liked my cupcakes throughout the day, yay, but they didn't have that much to say about my display. The judges had a huge decision to make. I honestly could not make it. That's such a big decision, but it turns out I came in 2nd place. I did not win the money, but I won seriously such an unforgettable experience I will never forget, and I can say that I was on Cupcake Wars. So if you guys have any more questions about the show or behind the scenes, leave them in the comments below and I'll try my best to answer them. Now I know a ton of y'all are from Gretchen's video. Welcome to my channel. I hope you like my videos, and thank you for subscribing. So if you guys like this video, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to my channel by clicking my face right here, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!